Rushing through life might be the reason you're missing it. Maybe you felt this too, always looking ahead to see what's next instead of being present. And I've noticed this about myself lately. Whenever I start to rush to the finish line, whether that's finishing a project, making progress on a goal, or just getting through the day, I always end up frustrated. I even started noticing that same thing happening when I played Soulslike games. Imagine this. You walk into the boss fight for the first time. You notice the surroundings and how big or small the area is. You're cautious, watching the attacks, learning the timing, and identifying where there may be openings. Then you die. But you did get them to half health, so you're close. So you go back in, but this time you rush. You already know the fight. You try to make openings when you shouldn't. You mistime a dodge because you're frustrated that it isn't over yet. Suddenly, you're dying earlier than you did the first time. The funny thing is, you haven't gotten worse at fighting the boss. You've let your frustration take you out of the moment. And sometimes the answer isn't to try harder, it's to slow down. When you slow down, you re-enter the moment. You stop worrying about beating the boss and start paying attention to what's actually happening. Now you're actually learning the fight. And eventually, you win. And I think this is something that happens in our lives too. We get so focused on the destination, we forget to live in the moment. Maybe you're frustrated because you're not where you thought you'd be by now. Maybe you're constantly thinking about reaching the next goal, starting the next project, or moving into the next stage of life. I've been learning that slowing down doesn't mean giving up on those things. It means being willing to receive the life God has given me right now, instead of constantly wishing I was on to the next chapter. I really noticed this the other day when I was hanging out with my kids. My family loves to spend as much time outside as possible. Unfortunately, with the summer heat, I find myself rushing and trying to get to the creek as fast as possible. As all kids do, they dilly-dally on the way, which can lead me to feel a bit frustrated. Then the other day, I just accepted the slowness, and that's when I realized something. I wasn't really in a hurry to do anything important. I just wanted to get to the creek. And in my rush to get there, I was missing all the things that were happening along the way. My kids weren't wasting time. They were experiencing it. They stopped to look at bird feathers. They found wild blackberries and wondered if they could eat them. We stopped and listened to the birds. And at one point, we looked up and there was a red-tailed hawk sitting maybe 20 feet above us. None of that would have happened if I had spent the whole walk thinking about getting to the creek. There was so much more to experience on the way to the destination than I had ever realized. I just needed to slow down enough to recognize it. I've been thinking about that experience ever since. And if you found yourself feeling this way too, maybe you don't need to rush either. I don't think the answer is to stop making progress or to stop having goals. I think it's learning to stop rushing toward them. Because the destination isn't the only thing that matters. The process of getting there is part of your life too. And if you're always thinking about what's next, you will miss what is right in front of you. Maybe slowing down isn't falling behind. Because the journey isn't something we just have to get through. It's a life you've been given to live. Let's pick up our lanterns, slow down, and see what the light reveals along the way.